أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. Warm welcome to all of my lovers, followers, subscribers, friends, everybody. I always used to say this, that has been with me for a long, long time, and since my the existence of my channel. So it's going to be my good luck that people are in contact with me, even whenever I have got some gaps. So even people recall me, remind me, and obviously remember me. So this is one of my good fortunes, and I thank all who are with me. Uh, I think very first of all we must go for a little bit introduction that who are with us here. You know, during this span of time that I've got bit troubles for my sight and facing some problem in my sight, so sometimes it create trouble for me. There are many people with me, so I am really grateful to all of you guys, and I uh, prefer and I would like that all of you guys must be with me till the completion of this live transmission, because it's going to be the short one, it's not going to be the longer. And obviously we are going to discuss very important topic today, which needs to be discussed today, which needs focus today. You might have observed the thumbs last span of 2 to 3 months. Much more has occurred in the politics of Pakistan, in a country, which is me very much unfortunate with my nation, with my homeland, unfortunately, that we have faced much more bitter conditions. And if you people are following me right from the beginning, so they must be aware. I was talking about the politicians. So whenever I used to talk about politicians, so just understand, basically I talk about my country. Basically I want to talk about the regimes what we people are having in our country. And that's why, if you people remember, in the previous comment, I used to be talking about the governments, that they people are not doing well. They are not covering the country. Inflation is on high. The rule and law is unable to, we can't find out, unfortunately. And obviously stability in our politics was not there, and different departments, as earlier also as with the precedent of the past. I mean, I'm not saying just the total flaw leads toward the previous government. No, obviously, in the past too, I mean, whatever we people were having the regime. So unfortunately, that we were having the troubles, we were having the problems of governance, rule and law, that we people are unable to find out. Even I used to talk in all of my videos, which are in front, which are uploaded on my channel, that Pakistani governments, even unfortunately after 1947, when Qaid left us alone and went from this mortal world, so unfortunate, stable government, and unfortunately that we have been having martial laws in our, we people are going to bring a big change in our country. Okay, if the government, this new regime is bringing some change in country, so this is warmly welcome. And I tell you that majority of the people, they government, and many people who were belonging to the different political parties, they left those and stood with the previous government. But unfortunately, the people couldn't do well, they couldn't perform, they couldn't deliver. So then definitely I tell you that today is no, it's not time of being silenced. Nobody could be silent that this is the era of social media. Everybody is having the voice. Everybody is definitely, definitely everybody is with okay, Muhammad Arshad and Arib was there. Thank you very much. Hey girl, me here. Okay, and so many people are. Thank you very much for joining all. So, guys, I was talking. So, please, today the topic is very important. So, maybe I won't be able to read out your messages. So, sorry for that. But inshallah, in next now I have started my live transmissions again. So, inshallah, I'll be live time. Please listen, and also you people must be giving your comment about the government, about the regime changes in the comment box. You must come and give your opinion, because I tell you that it's very important. While we people are saying that okay, we are not concerning with the politics, we are not concerning, we don't, every person, every individual, every youth in the politics, because you know that even if you people remember my last year transmission, what I did on 14th of August, many issues, the remedies, what is the reason? Meanwhile, we people are observing other countries just who have passed 20 years, 25, 30 years, I mean, after the liberty. But the fact is this, because I'm planning to leave country, which is so unfortunate. What you people are doing, just you people are fighting just for the sake of regime attaining. And while everybody, now nobody can say, whosoever has come into the country, we haven't been able to have the opportunity to govern. It is not the case. Everyone, like you know, has been enjoying the government. But unfortunately, what is going on, that nobody is finding out the solution for the common person, for the mediocres, for the poor, belonging to the elite, and no influence, no effect is doing for the mediocres. Not a previous government, but unfortunately not a current government. Now they people are saying what the previous government was saying, that we've been having these issues from the previous governments. So it will take time. So they took 4 years about, but didn't do anything. Which is for the people, which is for the common people, which is for the needies, which is for a person who can't afford even what to talk about education and clothing and what's that, just for eating even the food, which is for most important for the survival of a human being. Okay, so this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate with us, that no government is doing for the needies, for the middle class, for the deserving. Whether they people are doing anything for the elite or not, they people are not going to be affected, which is the biggest fact. They are not going to be affected. So, who is there anyone who is doing something for the needies, for the deserving, for the mediocres, for the lower class? Is there anyone, whether in the current regime or in the previous? And I tell you that I am openly telling that the world is listening me. Today, every party, every political party is enjoying the power. Might be possible in one province, might be possible. For example, PTI is in government. Where? In Punjab, in KPK. The People's Party is in government in Sindh, in federal area, and also many part of government in Sindh and the province, and as well as in the federal. Party is enjoying the power. So what they have done for the people, for the masses, for common one, for the deserving, the people who are not having. And if you just going to observe the situation of floods, which has been prevailing in our country, just go to those areas and find out what is happening over there. Just people are going, the government people are going and having photo sessions, doing of condition the people are living over there. Can anybody have assessment about that? Obviously not. I tell you. And Definitely. When any disaster, I tell you that one of the important thing that whenever you people are facing any catastrophe, so you know what is going to happen. If the people, if the creation of the creative one, if the creations of Almighty is not caring for the creation of Almighty, please follow my point. You are the creation of God. I am creation of God. We people are creation of God. Our government is creation of the God. And as well as the people who are facing this catastrophe right now, the people who are facing this dilemma right now, who they are? They are not the creations of that Almighty. So, what do you think that now angels are to be sent out in those areas to be catering for those people? Or Almighty has to come itself? For God's sake, for God's sake, mean I, and here I want to notify. I have at this point, and please you should not notify as well. This is a very important point. What I'm going to tell you. What Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Bilawal, he was saying once that okay, he has brought much more aid from other countries. Being foreign minister, because foreign minister is in contact with all of the globe, with all of the countries. So he was saying that I've brought much of aid for the deserving one, for the flooded people. Simultaneously, the leader of PTI, Mr. Imran Khan, who has become a renowned leader nowadays, must be having many more processions on daily basis. What he was saying, that just in the live transmissions, I have collected billions of rupees from other countries. Please notify. Our leaders are saying that we just have brought aid from other countries. So I've done an outstanding job. So is there any person who is saying that I am spending at my home billions of rupees in a year, so I am going to spend much more of my personal money to those flooded areas, just might be sending sometimes some foods, and that's it? And that is also most of the time from government side, from government budget. And then the people are saying, oh no, we people are doing a lot for the people who are facing this catastrophe. So for God's sake, leader is that one. If you remember the first caliph before Islam was into power, what Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq did, that he brought everything to the Holy Prophet, that he left nothing at his home, just for the sake of the people. And said, and Holy Prophet asked, Abu Bakr, what you left at your home? I brought everything. So he said, just at my home, the Almighty and the Prophet of Almighty is there. None is available over there. And just see the family of Holy Prophet, Ahlul Bayt, what they did. They did everything for the betterment of people, for the law implementation, whatever, what the Karbala is telling you, the law implementation, to be with the right thing, not to be with the wrong thing, not to be on the wrong way. You cannot go for. But this is unfortunate. This is one of the unfortunate that we people are not observing these things. And basically what we are doing, that we people consider that if we people are not raising a voice against the wrong, against injustice, against anything committed wrong by the current, previous, whosoever, a person from government, if we are not raising voice, so I tell you that this is not the matter relevant to the Prophet. We are not the followers of the Prophet in this way. We can never be. Because Holy Prophet always said that be with the right thing. And what to talk about these politicians? Are you, mean, I am not saying, I am in the favor, the people who know me, they are well aware about this thing, that I am in favor. What? That everybody has to be participating in the politics. But with whom? Who deserves? Who goes for the right thing? Who wants the implementation of rules and regulations and law on the land? Not mean just whatever I do, that is correct, that is right way. Whatever you are doing, that is going to be wrong. Our leaders are behaving like this. Whatever they people are doing, they consider they people are doing right thing. And whatever opponents are doing, they consider it wrong. Whatever they consider, that is rule. Whatever the opponents are doing, they consider crime. So in this way, our country can never run, I tell you, unfortunately. And if you people are going to have belief that these politicians, unfortunately, I mean, I've been with many of the politicians, but now I'm on this final decision that they are unfortunately are unable to do something for the betterment of the people, of common people, of mediocres, of the lower class. They have done nothing, I am saying very openly in front of the globe. And I tell you, till justice system is brought in your society, till justice system is brought in your nation, in your homeland, in your motherland, in your country can never ever be flourished. Keep it in your mind. Which is the prerequisite, which is the first requirement to be having the flourished state to provide justice to everyone. Whether that one is rich or poor. Here, what happens? Inshallah, I'm making the video about that girl. One more girl has been brutally murdered. Sarah, I was talking about Noor Muqaddam. I was talking about Uzma. I was talking. Lady has been murdered, brutally murdered. Have you ever imagined that? What are the precautions? What are, I mean, on background, what is the situation? Why these things are happening? Just, have you ever listened? Any poor person has gone for this thing? Just you know, there are many of my videos which are on my YouTube channel, relevant brutally just beaten a girl. Then how Noor Muqaddam was murdered? Have you forgotten that? She was beheaded, she was slaughtered. Her head was just have very, very hot memories, unfortunate. I'm there. I would be raising voice, what I've been telling, and lot more timings that I would be raising voice to bring justice in my country. As much as possible for me. I know this, that I cannot do a lot, but I can make effort. And I would keep on. And definitely I want the people who are following me, people who are with me, they must be with me in this. There is politician, popular, always just observe the history. Whenever the changes were there in the history, that was not brought out with a bunch of people, with a bunch of spectators, with a bunch of many individuals. No, few people always brought change. Because whenever you are on right, Almighty comes with you. Almighty's support with you. And that is going to support you. That is going to help you out. What? To, obviously we people are nothing. We people are living in mortal world. We have to go back from here. Nobody is permanently living here. Much of the people have come here. Majority of the people have joined this mortal world, and unfortunately majority of them, they consider that we people are supposed to be here and never be going back towards Almighty. But keep it in your mind, this is not the reality, this is not the fact. Everyone who comes in this world is supposed to be back towards Almighty. So, and also keep it in your mind whenever we come. So we come with empty hands, but while we are going back, so we are having the burden of our crimes and sins, which definitely will be asked from Almighty. What you have done in the world, what you have done with my creations, because you were also my creator, my creators were also there in the world, how you behave with my creation. This would be asked. And really, I tell you that I don't understand. Our politicians are not considering, are they not visiting the graveyards? Are they not watching? Are they not observing the graveyards and not observing the condition of the graves? It's a big question. It's a big question. Whether where the people are living, it might be possible the graveyards are not found out in those areas. It may be possible. I can't say. So I asked this question from them: where your parents have gone, where your grandparents have gone, they were also the reality at the time. So everybody has to leave. So I request my politicians, so for God's sake, whatever you people are supposed to do, whatever you people are supposed to face out, you people have to keep right way. You people have to bring justice in this country. If you want, this country must be running out. Otherwise, I tell you that it won't be possible. Unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but it is one of the facts, because Almighty says, and very popular saying, what I've been telling you lot more times. Hazrat Ali says, with infidels, with pagans, societies could be flourished or could be running, but without justice system, societies can never be. This is one of the facts, I tell you. Justice for the poor, justice for the mediocre, justice for the elite as well. It's not the case that justice should not be provided to elite one, but as well as to mediocre and lower and needy and for deserving. Are we people going for that? Are we people observing this? Which is unfortunate. We people are unable to. Most of the times this happens that elite, they just snatch with their pressure, with their power, with their money. So where a poor person should go, where a deserving person should go, where a needy person should go, where a middle person should go. What is happening today? Just go in every home this has been happening, that people are unable to pay the utility bills, having fights in the homes. But unfortunately, our government is doing nothing. They're saying that we are going to do, but in practically there is nothing. A person who is earning just 25, 30,000 and having the bills of 25 to 30,000, so just tell me that how the people are going to spend their life. So guys, I request to my politicians, current regime, the previous regime. Nowadays, Mr. Imran Khan is saying much more, is having very strong speeches, hard speeches against the forces too. But I tell you, uh, I request to Mr. Imran Khan, while you people are in power, why you change yourself? While you are out of the power, then then what happens to you guys? Now my same question from the current regime. Now you people are in the power. you are saying that you want to do a lot for the people. So just tell me a person who is having, very simple example, a person who is having utility bill this month, and suppose if that person is not having the money or can't afford, where that person should go? Simply answer me. And a person, and a person who needs justice, like the father of Sarah, he's come from Canada and searching justice, where that person should go, whose daughter has been brutally murdered. Means, you must have listened it lots more, many more times, previous timings, that she was killed, she was brutally beaten for, with the exercise dumbbells that were hit on her. Just imagine it. And he's also a son of a rich man, of a politician. Okay, he's saying that he needs a justice. He wants justice. So, sir, be practical. You have to be tolerant more. You have to be endurance more. You have to be, you have to have a big heart. Keep it in your mind. It's not an easy thing. While, because you can talk about, you said that, okay, that I was shocked by listening this news. Okay, one of the fact, you wrote an article that you said that, okay, I need justice and I cannot imagine it. I cannot think. I don't have any justification for this decision. But so, just to talk about, you said that I cannot imagine it, what is happening, of what could be happening with the parents of Sarah. So, sir, the same situation you have to face while your son is going to be hanged out. Now you're saying, have you ever imagined? This is my question to all who are with me this time and who would be going to watch my video later. This is my question. Majority of you must be parents or even the children. Imagine it. Especially, I am interacting to the parents. I don't want to use the situation, but the fact is fact. And we are answerable in front of Almighty. Because I have listened, I don't know, maybe you have listened or not, I don't know, just you check out if you have listened it or not, that Almighty says a murder of a one person is a murder of complete humanity. So what do you think? We are not going to be asked? An innocent female was murdered. So have you provided justice to that body? That body? To that parents? Just imagine it, if a father is listening, if a mother is listening, if a brother is listening, if a sister is listening, what? That our daughter, our sister is been murdered brutally. What the situation they could be facing. Similarly, when there was Noor Mukaddam case, if you remember, there are many of my videos available on my channel. So, I was just shocked when I used to be listening the interview of Noor Mukaddam's father. When a father is listening, and I tell you very interesting thing, when Noor Mukaddam was murdered, because I'm telling that she was beheaded, she was murdered very brutally. So very first time that police called the father of Noor Mukaddam, he went there just for identification. So he identified that, oh, yes, this is my daughter, and she was just lying on the floor, just in two parts. It's very easy just to say, and I tell you that it's very difficult or impossible to face or watch or observe. When a father is going to observe one's daughter in two parts, can you imagine it? Now the same situation once again has occurred. A person has killed. Okay, she was wife of that person, but whatever the relationship you are having, so it's not allowed. Now, what the situation father is facing, have you ever imagined? And has any of the politicians raised voice against this matter? At the time of Noor Mukaddam's case, I also used to be crying much more that politicians are not taking interest. Why? Because they must be having some interest at background. Because this elite class is anywhere connected, with the government. So this is a matter of their interest, so that's why the people are not observing what is happening. But even then, I really salute to my judiciary that they took decisions. But most of the times, these politicians are criticizing. So have you imagined that which type of difficulties these people are facing, the judiciary people are facing? Threats and heavy comments. But even then, the people are making decisions. So I really salute to my judiciary. They decided about Noor Mukaddam's case and gave the decision of hanging to Zahar Jaffer. And I'm hopeful, and I definitely pray to God that Zahar Jaffer should also get the final punishment for what he's facing, he's waiting for. So, and I request to my people as well. Now, tomorrow, the elections are going to be held in our country, in many of the constituencies. For God's sake, just mean you must be thinking about it. Who is deserving? Who is the right person? Who is favorable to the nation? Who is the honest person? Who is saying whatever is going to have belief in and is going to be practical? From where you people are going to get empiricals, not just by blame game, saying the things. You haven't got your mind or brain, or you can think that to whom is to be selected or not. Just mean we people are having the craze of the fame. Any person who becomes famous, so we just run behind that person. That person could be the player, that person could be the biggest business tycoon, that person could be any scholarly person or famous. This is the criteria to select your representatives for government. If this is the criteria, then I tell you, unfortunately, we will never be getting change. Keep it in your mind. So in the end, lastly, I request to the people, just you people observe watch my all videos relevant to the politicians. I used to say, nobody is wrong, nobody is right. Just whosoever the representative of your constituency, just observe that person keenly. Go in a depth and observe that who is deserving for your vote or not. And then protect and save your vote. We don't have this power. And believe me, just on last sentence, I am going to conclude it. Lastly, during last days, I was listening a scholar. He was Saraiki person, but he said what really that affected me a lot. He said, and he was quoting Hazrat Ali. Hazrat Ali said, many people, so for God's sake, listen it, many people who were having the fear of death, who is feeling the fear of death and thinking that if I am going to be in the right way, so I might have to face the death. So I have seen them in graveyards. If you people are feeling fear, you have to do the grave ultimately. After 10 years, every human being, for me, for you, everyone is a grave. So if we people right thing, if we people are with the honesty, if we people are with the justice, so then that means we are with Almighty. We are on the way of Almighty. I repeat, there was a bit problem in my live transmission. So I quoted one important quote from Hazrat Ali. He said that I have seen many people in the graves, in the graveyards, who were feeling fear that if we stand with the truth, so we might face death, or we might be murdered, we might be killed, even if ultimately they will have faced. So be with the right thing. And this is my nation, this is my motherland, this is my homeland, and every Pakistani is fully conscious about one's nation, and we definitely are ready to have the consequences, whatever we people have to face. We are ready to face, but definitely we are going to protect my nation. Thank you very much. Long live Pakistan.